Hey there, this is Heidi from Create with Heidi, and today I am going to show you how to make a Halloween word block. I have prepared all of my vinyl pieces to be cut to the size that I need, and now I am going to begin cutting all of them. When removing vinyl from the cutting mat, the best practice for doing that is flipping it over and rolling the mat away from the vinyl. This is a good thing to do because it prevents the vinyl from ripping or creasing or having any kind of damage done to it if you try and pull it straight off the mat. Okay, now that I am done cutting all of my vinyl, I'm going to put my machine and my cutting mat to the side, and I am going to begin weeding all my vinyl. Weeding is removing the excess vinyl that you don't use in your final project, so that's what you'll see me doing here. I used my Tech Wrap X-Acto knife to cut down the center of this piece of vinyl to make it easier to remove those big pieces. Okay, now that I have the big pieces removed, I can start working on the smaller letter pieces. Okay, that's done. On to the next one. I'm using that same technique here where I'm using the knife to cut down the center of my vinyl so that I can more easily remove the big chunks. One of the things that you'll notice is some of these pieces are really big. The reason why I have such big pieces, even though not all of my letters and shapes are filling the space, is because when making a block or layering several colors of vinyl, I like to ensure that everything stays where it is so that as I piece the layers together, everything is already positioned and I don't have to try and make sure that I get everything aligned properly. This does sometimes use more vinyl than it would if I did it piece by piece, but the ability to have everything exactly where it needs to go, it saves on the hassle that it takes to get everything aligned if I do it piece by piece. For this project, I didn't use parchment paper for aligning because these were easy enough to eyeball without the use of the parchment paper. When using my scraper to push the vinyl off of the backing and onto the transfer tape, I am only scraping over the color or layer that I am trying to transfer over rather than the whole thing, because I don't want to risk that backing picking up anything by accident that I've already put on the transfer tape, or possibly causing any ripping or damage to what I already have down. So I'm using that scraper cautiously. Okay, the word block is all put together on that transfer tape. Now I am going to transfer it off of the transfer tape and onto a piece of cardstock. I had to use my wrist and elbow a couple times to hold it still. I wish I would have thought to use something to hold that cardstock in place, but you'll learn, right? Okay, and that transfer tape comes off super easy. No ripping the paper or anything like that. It's working beautifully. This is the matte transfer tape from Tech Wrap. And there it is. Now I have this shadow box that I am going to be putting this in. I like the shadow box for something like this because even though I don't have multiple layers of paper or anything, it still gives some awesome depth to it. I hope you enjoyed this video.